Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for agreeing to participate in this experiment. My name again is Abdul-Salam. I'm an economist and a data scientist. As with the previous experiment, there's a need for us to consent. And for that reason, let me quickly take you through the consent page. So first of all, by way of description, this experiment is a bit different. Your decision and your payoff will be determined by that of your partner as well. So be a bit more mindful of that. And this is going to be a group game. So I think let me quickly make that upfront before we continue. Now, in terms of the risk and benefits, as I always mention, there are no risk or benefits. There are no risks to this. For sure, there are benefits because we tend to understand the economic decision-making process of an agent or, yeah, anyone at all, agent. In terms of the costs and benefits, the cost, I think we need to be a bit more mindful this time around, given the fact that it's a group game. So for that reason, we need to have a more stable internet connection and be more mindful of your time as well. So for the internet fee, we've increased it by 25%. So currently, we are paying 4 CD for the internet fee, unlike the previous individual games that we paid 3 CD. Now, in terms of your participation fee, we've also increased it by, I think, 50% or so, uh, just so we can accommodate some of the inconveniences that might arise. Now, as usual, the payment structure is going to be ranging between 25, 35 CD. Here, yeah, so that's going to be the payment structure for this particular experiment. And again, it's a group game, so we need to make those accommodations. Um, your confidentiality is 100% assured. Please be mindful of that. We are not going to, leak any data or anything of the sort. Now, in terms of your right to say, hey, Farouk, I'm not interested in this experiment anymore, please, you do have the right and you can tell us that, hey, I'm not interested in it anymore. Now, prior to an experiment, there's a need for us to understand what we are expected to do or the setup of the experiment. And for that reason, we've attached a video to it to help explain what this experiment is about. So if you haven't watched the video, please spend some 10 minutes to watch it and maybe you can have a clear understanding of the setup before you commence the whole process. Yeah, so if you do agree to this terms and conditions, you can quickly, click yes. And if you've watched the video, just for us to understand that you understand what's going on, you can click yes as well. And kindly assist us with your full name. This is to help with the payment. So as soon as you're done, you send a screenshot of your payment to the lab coordinators and they will assist with the payment. Please assist us with the full name just so we can help pay as soon as possible. Now let's go to the next page. Now this is going to be the setup of the experiment. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a group game. In terms of the number of rounds, you yes, we are expected to spend 10 rounds with each round lasting 5 minutes or less. This is a group game, as I mentioned. You are going to be assigned a partner who will be in a different economy. So you are going to be in a particular economy which has its own currencies. Your partner is going to be in a different economy which has its own currency. Now, at the end of the day, you, for instance, might be in economy A, your partner will be in economy C, or vice versa. Your aim here is to contribute to a particular project in economy B. So your partner from C to B, you from A to B. We are all trying to contribute to economy B. So that's a whole idea here. An example here is you might want to think yourself as in living in Nigeria. Your partner is living in somewhere, uh, maybe Kenya, but you've been asked to contribute to a project in Ghana, right? So that's the thinking process just to make it easier for you. Now, for this particular project that we expect you to contribute to, there are a couple of caveats in it. You might lose money by contributing. You might receive rewards by contributing, or you might break even by contributing. So there are three possibilities if you are to make this contribution decision. First of all, you might lose money. Basically means that if you contribute and your partner does not contribute, your contribution will be multiplied by a certain factor and divided by 2 and shared equally between you and your partner. So an example, if you contribute $1 million and your partner does not contribute anything at all, and the money is being sent into that particular economy, it will be multiplied by maybe 50%. So $1 million, 50% more, you get 1.5 million, an example. Now this 1.5 million will be divided into 2. So you have 750,000, 750,000. One of the 750,000 will be sent to your partner, and the other 750,000 will be sent to you. So at the end of the day, you made an investment of $1 million, but you are getting 750,000 as in the outcome. So you are losing 250,000. How about your partner? He made no contribution at all, but he is receiving 750,000. So that's the whole idea, that you might lose money. That's the first part. If this is the case that you did not contribute and your partner contributed $1 million into that particular project, again, as soon as the money gets into the neutral economy, which we call economy B here, it will be multiplied by a factor, maybe the 50%. So as soon as he contributes $1 million and you contribute nothing, we tend to get $1.5 million in economy B. Now this $1.5 million will then be divided into 2. 750,000, 750,000. Half of the money, which is the 750,000, will be sent to you. Remember, you contributed nothing, but you're now going to get 750,000. And your partner, who contributed $1 million, is now going to receive 750,000, and he's going to lose 250,000. So that's the whole idea. Now, lastly, the two of you can gain. If, for instance, you contributed 500,000 and your partner contributed 500,000, and it comes into economy B, and it was multiplied by 50%. So 500,000, 500,000 from the two of you will make $1 million. It will then be multiplied by the 50% as soon as it hits economy B. Then it will be divided into 2. So again, you get 750,000. Your partner is going to get 750,000. Now, in this third scenario, none of you happens to lose money. You get 250,000 more. Your partner is going to get 250,000 more because the two of you contributed equally, and you gain from it, and it was shared equally between the two of you. So that's a whole setup, right? So just remember, you make a contribution, your partner might make a contribution, or he or she might not make a contribution. And that would determine how much you might be earning. The three scenarios: you either win, gain money, you might lose money, or you might break even. Now, if you have any question, I believe this is going to be a first-time experiment for most of you in terms of a good setup. Please let me know. I can explain it further, or perhaps your my experiment coordinators can provide further explanation to it. So let's quickly go through the setup as I mentioned. So you have 10 different rounds. Then there's going to be 5 minutes for each round just for you to understand the scenario and make your decision. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you need to make a contribution. So you might be in maybe Nigeria, and you have your currency, which is A. Your partner might be in Kenya. He has his currency, which is currency C. But the two of you might be asked to contribute to a different country, which might be like Ghana, which has a currency B. So you convert your currency from A to B. Your partner will have to do the same thing. He will convert his currency from A to B in order to make the contribution. So before you make your contribution, you just have to change your currency from your local currency into the economy that you've been asked to contribute into. So that's the whole idea here in terms of the conversion decision. Now, the partner for this particular round is going to be random. We randomly select a partner for you, and you can quickly uh, go through the whole process with this randomly assigned partner or partners throughout the round. Now, there's going to be an endowment. An endowment basically here implies that you'll be given some money to make that decision. So you might be giving maybe $1 million. Out of this $1 million, how much do you think you are willing to contribute? And how much do you want to keep in your pocket without contributing? Just so you can understand your own decision. So the endowment is going to be what you use to make those contribution decisions. You can keep some, you can contribute some. That's the endowment. Now the exchange rate will be shown to you as well, and that of your partner, it will be shown to you. So if you're in Nigeria, the exchange rate of Nigeria to Ghana is different. And then the exchange rate of your partner who might be in Kenya to Ghana might be different as well. So you need to understand the exchange rate that he or she is working with, or yourself. In case of yourself, what is the exchange rate that you happen to be working with? Now, as with our previous experiment, to help you really make a very good decision, we'll provide you a calculator just so you can play around with it to see, hey, if I contribute this and my partner contributes this, how much am I going to get? Am I going to lose money? Blah, blah, blah. So this will help you make those decisions. Now, in terms of the outcome, just like the previous experiment, for every outcome, we will show you the result and that of your partner and how much you earned and how much your partner equally had, just so you can understand what's going on. The points, so again, the total point that you earn will be multiplied by a given rate in Ghana cedi and sent back to you as your payment. So this is going to be the point conversion decision. One randomly selected round, just like the previous experiment, will be chosen and the payment will be made. Now let's go on to the setup. Now this is to help you. I understand this might be new to a lot of you or many of you. So please let's take some time to understand maybe one particular setup here. So here, as you might have seen, we are clearly welcoming you to our very first round. Here, again, we are going to assign you a random partner who is going to be in a different economy and is going to be with you throughout the 10 rounds. It might be a one random partner, it might be two random partners, it might be several partners, but just understand that they might be coming from different economies as well. Now, in terms of the contribution, as I mentioned, you, as well as your partner, will be asked to make a contribution. And this contribution will be, channeled straight to economy B. Okay, economy B. You're in a different economy, your partner is in a different economy. Your contribution is going to be made in economy B. Now, again, as I indicated earlier, you are going to be given an endowment, right? So with this endowment, it's going to be like the money in your pocket. So you go like, hey, I have this much in my pocket. How much am I willing to contribute? And how much am I willing to save? Just so I might not maybe over contribute, under contribute, or break even. So that's going to be your endowment. Now, in terms of your conversion decision, uh, just remember, before you make your decision, you have to convert your currency from one particular currency maybe from A to B. Your partner will have to do the same thing. He or she will have to change his currency from C to B. The two of you will have to change your currency to currency B. It's going to be very, very important. Now, there's going to be a conversion rate. As I mentioned earlier, the conversion rate of your currency, maybe from Nigeria to Ghana, might be different from the exchange rate or the conversion rate from Kenya to Ghana. So the two of you will have different exchange rates or the conversion rate. So please keep that in mind. So remember, so in this typical example, for every dollar that you contribute, economy B will receive $1. So your exchange rate is 1 to 1. In this example, for that of your partner, for every dollar that he or she contributes, economy B will receive 1.2, okay, because we have different exchange rates. Now, this is going to be the setup in terms of how we calculate your reward or your loss in this experiment. First, we sum the contribution from the two of you. Remember the case of the $1 million that I indicated earlier. So I take your money, I take that of your partner, I add the two. That's going to be the sum. I then multiply it by a factor. So here maybe 20%. I promise you guys that there's going to be a 20% return. So I multiply whatever you guys contributed. If it is like $1 million, I multiply it by 20%, which will give us like 1.2 million. Okay. Then I go like, hey, I need to divide this 1.2 million by 2. So we have 600,000, we have 600,000. I then give you 600,000, I give your partner 600,000. So that's a whole setup, as clean as it might sound. It's that easy. So you just have to make your decision based on that. So to help you further understand what's going on, you have your setup here, you have that of your partner here. Your currency is going to be currency C. Your partner will have currency A. You are given an endowment. The partner is given an endowment. You know the exchange rate in your setup. Your partner has his or her own exchange rate. Then here we are asking you to make the decision. So for instance, you know you have your currency C, you have in your pocket 50C currency. How much are you willing to contribute to this project? So you look at the exchange rate, you look at the amount of money you have, you quickly make your own decision using this calculator. You can also think about what your partner might be doing using this calculator. Then you just make your decision. Enter the amount of C. I will convert it into the B. The experiment will convert it into B for you. Then you tell us what influenced your decision. And this is going to be the whole setup. So just remember here, you are entering the amount of C. So you have 50C. Out of this 50C, how much are you interested in sending? Your partner will make the same decision. He might have a given endowment in A, and he will send that money into this setup, and we get the money, we convert it, and we show you guys the result. The amount that you don't convert, again, that will be given back to you and multiplied by the lab exchange rate and given back to you. So please, that's the whole setup. It's a bit lengthy in terms of the explanation. I do understand that, but this is the first group game, so I just have to spend some time to explain it further. Again, I truly appreciate your time. If you happen to have any question or questions, please let me know. I'll be very, very happy to answer. All the best, and looking forward to the result. Bye-bye.